Hi everyone, it's Mike.
And Raven.
And we're about to play the skirmish mode of Heroes of Might and Magic.
Yeah.
And we got everything painted up now, so we'll use the castle faction versus the Necropolis one.
Cool.
We have all our units set up by initiative already. That could change depending on how the initiative token goes, and that works too. We have the card set up, so you set up like you would do in a normal game, your 9 cards, but the only difference now is you add all your specialty cards. So you'll have 11 cards instead of your 9, same as mine too. And Hero of Magic gets 2 magic arrows. The Hero of Might, which you're trying to might one this time, gets 1.
Yeah, I'm trying Catherine the Knight.
And I'm trying
Castle.
Sandal too. So we have the guys in the back and the terrain set up. We already have 1 piece of terrain in the center there. We just wanted to put that there with the bone and the neutral guys in the center there. Doesn't mean it's just an obstacle. All terrain pieces are obstacles in this. There's no special rules for each piece unless you're going to do a home rule or anything.
Right.
So the very first thing in a large game, because we're playing a large version too, that's why we have everything here, because we wanted to try out all our units we didn't get to play in the other game. I know people were talking about that it takes a while or you can't even get to your gold sometimes. So if you wanted to, this is a good mode if you wanted to test out some of your gold characters on the pack side too.
Yeah, see what stuff can do.
Yep. So you have your 7 units and you switch them out the pack. And then you draw 6 random ability cards and you remove 2 of them. The next one is you draw 4 artifact cards and you remove 1. And then for Hero of Might, you take 3 spells, and the Hero of Magic, you take 5. So we're going to set up the decks and we'll start setting up our Might and Magic deck. There's also a negative morale and positive morale deck in this one too. So if you get those, you can draw cards and those give you benefits and those give you negatives too.
Neat.
So you can use it in this or adventure mode, or you can actually take it into the normal mode of playing too. Like when we did class, we could use that too. Instead of getting the tokens, you get those cards too.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So we have those set up. So what's the first one where you draw 6 random ability cards? Okay. So you want to shuffle up the ability cards, and we'll just shuffle 1 at a time to each other.
Each get 6, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2. So there's 6.
Okay, so we'll look at those and we'll show you which ones we kept. So once we have our hand built, we'll show you what we have in them instead of each time. But these are the ones I got rid of: water magic and archery. And you got rid of
air magic and eagle eye.
And then those ones, they tell you to take certain ones out, but there's also ones that don't really come into effect, like necromancy. I can't really use in this one because it's after combat.
Right, and I had diplomacy, which has to do
with they
12.
tell you to take that one out too.
Right. Learning,
like, you can't really use in that, so we took those out and just drew another one.
Okay.
So the next one we would do is 4 random artifact cards. Remove 1 of them, and the remaining go into your deck. So we'll do the artifacts too. So we'll shuffle those up and then pick our cards. So once again, we'll show what we got after, but Endless Purse doesn't come into effect. I drew that, so I drew another card. And that Orb of Inhabilitation is pretty good, but I'm basing mine on spells, so that's why I didn't take it.
And I got rid of Angel Wings.
Okay, so we'll show what we got after. And then the next one is spells, right?
So it's draw 3 random spell cards for a Might hero or 5 spells for a Magic hero and add them to your deck.
Okay, so you draw your 3, I'll draw my 5, and then we'll show what our decks consist of. Okay. So you got 2 spells. You can't really use Town Porter or View Air in this one.
No.
So you draw 2 more.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put out what's in our deck. So besides my starting cards, these are what I drew. So those magic cards are going to help. And then we'll show what Raven got.
So those are my cards that I drew?
So we start at level 7, so we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we draw 7 cards. But the first thing we'll do is place objectives. I keep calling them objectives. Terrain. They don't give you a limit of how much terrain you can put. The first player can put, they say, bring their own terrain. So I guess we can go back and forth and pick. People can make their own rules, or you maybe roll dice and play that way. But actually, let's see who's the first player first, because we haven't determined that. So they say, roll the 2 gray resource dice, and whoever roll higher goes first.
Okay, so I'll roll for me first. I got 2.
You can roll for me too.
And you got 5.
So I'll be the first player. So I'm the first player, so I get the initiative token. So that's what you break ties with. Obviously, you're going to go first because you're Archangel's initiative 18.
Yeah.
And every turn, it switches back. Every initiative that goes on. So everyone at 18 would go, if it was my turn to go, then it would go to the next initiative. When you switch to the next turn, the next initiative in order, the token switches.
Okay.
So we'll show how that plays when we're actually playing. It's a little confusing a bit in the book, but that's how it plays out. So, and I'm the first player. So it's not the attacker in this one, it's the first player. That's the difference from in class mode. The attacker is always first with initiative.
Right.
And they're first. This is just first player. So I'll be the first person to put my terrain, and then we'll go back and forth, and we'll show you what the battlefield looks like. So I got the tokens underneath those, but I use those for terrain.
Yeah.
And that's how we set it up. We decided to put that many on. And I'm the first player, so I would have the initiative token right now, so I'll put it next to my character. But you have the fastest initiative, so you're going first. Then you would get the initiative token, and then if you would have the initiative token next turn. If you had something at the same speed as my ghost dragon, you would go first because you would have the token. Right. So that's how that would work. Right. We'll see if that comes up into play when we're playing.
Probably when we get a little lower and have stuff that's
I think everyone over there is about 9 initiative, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll draw our 7 cards. We'll show what you have and what I have, and then you're going to go first. Oh, another thing, I don't know if I brought it up. I was telling Raven off screen, I think. Your expertise, you get 3 of them because you're level 7. You can use, instead of you only using 1 per round, like in class phase, you can use them all in a combat round. But you regenerate them, you get 1 back at the next combat round. So once everybody goes in initiative, you get 1 of those back and you draw 2 cards.
Right.
So even if you run out of cards or expertise, at least you'll get 2 cards back and 1 expertise.
Right.
But you can burn through them if you want to. So let's show what cards we got. So that's what I drew.
And that's what I drew.
So, helps if we put them on the board too. So, the first player gets to set their first token first and would be able to pick sides. To make it easier, your castles are there. You're going to be on that side. I'm going to be on this side.
Right.
And I just have the commanders just watching the game.
Yeah.
Some stuff in the background. So, I'll put my first unit, then you would put yours, and then it alternates back and forth. So, we'll do that, and we'll show you how the battlefield is set up. So, we got our team set up, and I am the first player, but I do not certainly have initiative. You're at 18, so everyone at 18 on my team would go first, but I don't have anyone, so it goes to your Archangel. So instead of the initiative marker, so yours is 18, that means you get to move 18 spaces. Okay. So that's how movement works in this one. Okay. So you can determine where you want to go.
So the Archangel's ability when he's packed is once per combat, cancel an attack that would reduce another unit's health to 0.
Oh, so he can protect people from dying. That's good.
Yeah.
So keeping him off for a bit before he uses that ability is good, because I think you lose that once you switch over from pack to few.
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
So I'm also going to put out air magic because it's a remains in play.
Okay.
So I get bonus power if I use a spell from the School of Air Magic.
And then you can use the expertise from that too.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm also going to play my leadership card, and I'm going to use one of my expertise because as an instant, if I use my expertise, I can draw 2 cards and gain a positive morale token.
Nice. So you would use one of your expertise, and you'll get that back at the end of the round.
Right.
And you get to draw 2 cards from your tactic deck.
So I drew those 2 cards.
So I'm not, just like in the class mode, I'm unaffected by morale. So I don't get affected by those cards too.
All right.
But you get to draw a card. What's it do?
Positive morale. During the next combat, gain 1 attack, shield, or +1 combat power.
So that, you can use that, you put it next to your hero card, and you can use that whenever you like.
All right.
So the initiative token would go over to you, and it'd be the next initiative now. It is...
The Ghost Dragon.
Which is... What's his initiative?
14.
Okay. So my Ghost Dragon's going to go. And what's the Ghost Dragon's ability?
Discard the enemy's positive morale token.
Yep.
And then there's a little axe symbol. It said add +1 to your attack die result.
So when I attack, I add +1. So I get to get rid of your positive morale token, which is the equivalent of a card in that. So I get, when he activates, I can get rid of your card.
Okay.
So you just lost your card. So that's cool. So I'm going to move up the Bone Dragon. So Ghost Dragon moved up. I'm going to put out Water Magic. I'm going to cast Magic Arrow, and I'm going to put it on the Archangel. Because it's Water Magic's out, I get a power to it, so it does 2 damage. I'm going to put Cloak of the Undead King on my skeletons, which gives them a new stat, which we don't know. I think it puts a cloak on them, so it gives them more hit points, right? Because when that 2 hit points are gone, you discard that, and then it goes back to its normal skeleton.
Right.
It's basically giving him another initiative. So he's faster now. Instead of 5, he's 6.
Right.
So I'm going to put that on that. When I cast Magic Arrow, I'm going to use Knowledge and use one of my expertise. So my spell limit goes up by 1, and I get that card back in my hand.
Cool.
So the card went back in my hand. I can do another spell this round too if I want to. That's another thing that you can only cast unless you play cards like that. You can only cast 1 spell per round.
Right.
And that's everyone going through initiative, not each individual person, because that'd be crazy.
That would be.
For the whole combat round.
Right.
So now it's the
champion's turn.
Okay, what does he do?
If this unit's movement ends in a space other than where it started, you may re-roll an attack die.
Oh, so he has like charge and reload. Cool.
Yeah.
And what's his speed?
9.
Oh, he can move fast. Okay, so we'll see what you're going to do.
So I'm also going to play one of my specialty cards to give +1 life to my champions.
Okay. You could put it on the Crusader to get +2 life, but you're going to put it on your champions?
Yes.
Nice. So the initiative token would go back to you, and your Griffin would go, and you're initiative 9. My Dread Knights are also initiative 9, so is my Vampires. Because you have the token, your Griffins would go before my Dread Knights. If I had the token, my Dread Knights would go before your Griffin. Okay. So that's how that would work with the initiative token.
Okay.
So you get to use your Griffin. So your Griffin moved up?
Yep.
And what's the Griffin's ability?
This unit can perform an unlimited number of retaliation attacks.
Cool. So now it's going to go over to I'll get the token. And I would go with my Dread Knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You don't want to go toe-to-toe with my champion?
Fuck you. The other comes. So, yeah, I'm running away from your champion, and I'm going to try to have some chicken.
Okay.
So, what'd he do?
If you resolve a 0 or a -1 on the attack die, increase this unit's total attack value by another +1.
Cool. So I'm going to play some shenanigans because I can play another spell. So I'm going to do another spell too.
All right.
So I'm going to play Magic Arrow for my second spell that I could do because I did Knowledge. And because of Earth's Magic, it gets 1 power, so it does 2 damage. And I'm going to give it to your Marksman. He has no defense, so it's going to flip him from pack to few. So the Marksman would get hit by Magic Arrow. It's Water Magic, not Earth's Magic, and I was showing the elevators, but Marksman's down to few now. So now you can't double tap. That's what I wanted to get that off the board.
Makes sense.
Now I'm going to attack you with Dread Knight, and I'm going to attack the Griffin.
Before you do that,
okay,
I'm going to play Shield of the Yawning Dead, which is discard 1 card to gain +2 defense. Because
you're going to do that? Defense. You're not going to do the +1 defense? You're going to do the +2 defense?
Yeah, I'm going to discard the Earth Magic to do that.
Oh, okay. So he has +2 defense right now. So because you do that, I'm also going to do my attack, and I'm going to use another expertise to get +2 on my attack. And now I'm going to attack you. I get +1. So what's the Dread Knight's ability?
If you resolve a 0 or a +1 on the attack die, increase the unit's total attack value by another +1.
Oh, so I
think I said -1 when I read it earlier, but it's actually a +1. I couldn't see it so good.
Okay, so I actually get +2. So I get +2 from that, +2 for that. That's 4. I do 6 damage, so he does 10 damage.
Wow. So my...
You block 2, so that means 8 goes through, and we'll see how much damage he can take. So 4 damage switched him to few. Another 4 would actually take him off the board. So we got our first casualty.
Right.
So now my guys get chicken. So don't go worry about retaliation. So the initiative token would move over to you. And now it's vampires because they're faster than zealots. If zealots were 9, they would go before my vampires.
Right.
But vampires are going to go now. So vampire moved up, and I'm going to try to get your champion.
All right.
And his pact ability is...
Ignore the retaliation attack, then remove up to 2 wounds from this unit.
Cool, if I'm wounded, I can regain wounds. Nice. So I'm going to attack your champion. He hits at 5 damage. I have no cards I can play. Do you? So you're not going to play any dice, so I'm just going to swipe at you. So 5 plus dice. So 4. What's your shield?
My shield is 2.
So 2 damage goes through. How much hit points does he have?
Because of the card that I got to add 1, he has 8.
Nice.
So now he's down to 6.
And now you get to retaliate. Oh, no, because
he ignores retaliation.
Nice.
Attacks.
Okay, that's good. So finally came up. The initiative token would come to me. If you were the attacker in the other game, the zealots would have went. But because I have the token, and we have 3 units that are all at the same initiative, I would get to go first.
All right.
So I'm going to pick my liches to go. And then you would get the token back, and then you could pick your zealots instead of my wraith going, and then it'll go back. That's how to do it, right? I don't think I get it, and then my liches go, then my wraiths go, and then you go. I think it goes back and forth, right?
Right.
That's the part that I was a little confused about.
Right.
So liches are going to go. They have a cool ability. What's that do?
Choose a unit adjacent to the target and attack it. For the purpose of this attack, your attack is 2.
Okay, so you'd roll another dice for that attack separately.
Right.
So I'm going to attack your Crusader. I have no dice to play. Are you going to play any? I'm hitting at 4 damage plus dice. So you're going to play your Crusader specialty card, and because it's Crusader, you get the bonus twice, so you get 2 defense?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, I have no cards to play off of that, so just dice. 4 plus dice. So 5. How much is your defense?
With that,
it's 4, right?
Yes.
So only 1 damage goes through. Nice, that card came in handy.
Absolutely.
So for the adjacent one, I'm going to pick your Halberdier. So it's 2 damage plus dice. 3 damage. You block 1 unless you have another card to play.
No.
Okay. So 2 damage goes through, and you switch from pack to few.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget about, I know it's kind of your throwaway guy, but the Archangel's ability, remember about changing, you can preventive attack from switching it to 0?
Yes.
So if you want to stop someone from going from pack to few, you can do that with the Archangel.
No,
you don't want to try?
Okay right now.
You don't want to save him?
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
So initiative token goes to you. So now my race don't get to go because we're the same. It's over to your zealots now.
Right.
I totally forgot too. I can hit anyone on the board with range, but anything over 8 hexes is combat penalty because it's a long range type of effect, right? I don't have any disadvantage, or I don't get any non-combat penalties for it. Nope. So I'll roll another dice. I take the lowest. Okay, so I would have only done 4 damage, and you block 1, so 3 damage. Oh, no, because that's why I'm looking at the 4. It was only a 2 damage attack, right? Because it hit him next.
Yes.
So he blocked 1, so he's still in pact, not few. With 1 hit point left.
Right. So
we figured out the Halberder's back at pact. Now we got to do for the Crusader. So this would have been at disadvantage 2. Okay, so that's normal.
All right.
So what's the Zealot's pact ability?
Ignore the combat penalty against adjacent units.
Oh, so you don't... That's cool. So
yeah.
You can attack the adjacent ones. You still take the combat penalty for long range, so over 8 axis. Right. Okay. So you're going to play with your expertise on attack 2?
Yes.
So you're doing 6 damage plus dice, and you use first aid to heal your champion 1 wound?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah. And the Zealot is going to attack your Lich.
Okay. My Shield of Dwarven Lords, I can use this after the attack dice roll. Ignore the attack die and additional effects it triggered. Okay, I'm going to wait to do it that one then.
Okay. So I'm rolling it at penalty because I'm more than 8.
Yeah.
But I have +2 to my attack.
Okay. And I'm not going to use Shield of the Dwarven Lords on that because it doesn't add anything.
All right.
So you're doing how much damage? +2, 6 damage. What's the defense on my Lich?
Your defense on your Lich is 1.
So you do 5 damage to it. Oh, you took it off of Pact. Nice. So, that's probably one of the reasons why you would... I always wonder if when you play the defense one, I chose to wait after you rolled the dice to use the other effect. If I would have used it just for the +1, I would have saved it. But I didn't know if you were going to get a +1 or not.
Okay.
Okay, so you have to use that before you roll the dice, because that's a perfect example why I could have altered it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So the Lich lost that ability about being able to AoE, so I can't hit the next person now that I'm not. That's good.
Yeah.
So, initiative tokens back to me. I think that's the last one at 7. So, yeah. So, Wraith are going to go. What's the Wraith do? I think that's the one where he gains wounds too, right?
Remove up to 1 wound from this unit, then discard 1 random card from the enemy's hand.
Oh.
Ooh.
But I have to have a wound on it to trigger the ability.
Right.
So, the Wraith flew over the log because he has flying. It doesn't impede him.
Right.
And I'm just moving up there, and he's done. So you would get the initiative token. So Crusaders are going to go, and you get to reroll
every 0 on this unit's attack dice.
Nice. Okay, so see what he's going to do. So Crusaders being brave to come at my Dread Knight?
He is.
Okay. I haven't retaliated yet, so he can hit you back?
Yes.
Unless he got some crazy shenanigans to... Okay, so you playing any cards before you roll dice?
Yes. I'm going to play... I don't have a card to discard, but I'm going to play Sentinel Shield to get +2 defense on him for when you attack me back.
Okay, so you can do that when I attack.
Okay.
You don't got to play it now. Yeah, it's
okay.
I'm not there yet.
Right.
Okay.
So, Crusaders is 4 plus dice.
Okay.
Boo.
Oh, it's not a 0, so you can't reroll that. So it's 3 damage.
Yes.
I have 2 shield on Dread Knight, so I take 1 damage. Now I'm going to hit you back. Now you can play that card.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's an instant, right?
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't discard it, so you get +2 defense?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So I'll attack you for retaliation, and that's 6 damage plus dice. What's his ability, the Dread Knight?
If you resolve a 0 or a +1 on the attack die, increase the unit's total attack value by another +1.
Okay, and it's an axe symbol, right?
Yes.
So I'm retaliating, I'm not attacking. I'm just going to double check that. I don't think it triggers if I'm retaliating.
Okay.
So the axe is when you resolve the effect when the unit attacks. Right. And if he has more than 1 attack, you resolve it on the first attack. Because I'm retaliating, I don't think it triggers. Okay. Because there is axe or retaliate triggers on stuff. Like the Medusa, I think, can turn people to stone was paralyzed on a retaliation.
Right.
You remember the class one, right?
I do.
Okay. So that won't come into effect, but I still do 6 damage to the champion.
And he's going to block 4 of it.
4 of it? Or 2 of it?
Well, because he has 2 there and then 2 from...
Oh, I was going to say, how are you getting 4? I have a shield. Okay. Yes. So you take 2 damage.
Okay.
And he has 1 life left on his pact.
Yes.
So if that would have killed him, you could have used the Archangel's ability then too, right?
Right.
And then I'll just put my marker on my Dread Knights that...
He retaliated.
Yeah. The initiative token would go to me. 5. Oh. Why is the marksman... Oh, because he went to pact. I was going to say, so we'll switch that over. And my initiative is 6 now.
So your skeletons would.
Oh, because that doesn't. That's okay. I missed it anyway, but it wouldn't come into effect. The skeletons were at initiative 6. When the Crusaders went, they would have been the same initiative as the skeletons because of the cloak.
Right.
But you had the initiative token, so it played out right.
Right.
But now that I have the token, the skeletons are going to go.
Okay.
So skeleton moved up. I'm going to take a chance and try to poke at your champion.
All right.
I have that card now, so it's free dice. Free dice. Free attack plus dice. +1. You have no dice anyway. Oh, that shield's gone off the board now too. You used it already?
Yes.
So I do 4 damage to you.
And I block 2.
So you take 2 damage. So I do have my Shield of the Dwarven Lords. I can get +1 defense if I play it now. I don't think it's going to matter. Or dice. I'll wait again.
Okay.
Okay. So.
It's 6 damage plus dice.
Okay. That's going to be skeleton everywhere. 0. Your bonus is when you do your charge, right?
Yes.
So 6. So 2 would kill the cloak. Another 2 would kill the pact. And then another 2. I think the skeleton on the other side is 2. We'll flip over. You want to flip over the pact? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you flip it back to the... You did 6 damage?
Yes.
Okay, so I block 1. So that's 5.
Yeah.
The cloak's gone. Right?
Yes.
And I took 2 damage already. So even with the shield, there was enough damage to get him to few, and then the damage would have went through and killed him. So he's off the board. So that's my first casualty too. And then the initiative token will go over to you. So they're going to go. What's their ability?
When this unit is targeted by any attack, you can discard a card to ignore the attack dice roll result.
Cool. So you charged up at the turn. I was going to say, oh, you're going to same thing happen to the skeleton, but I already retaliated.
Yeah, because if I could retaliate, that would have been bad. So.
If I could retaliate.
Oh, sorry, if you could retaliate, that would have been bad.
He can't multi-retaliate like the griffins. So.
No.
Okay, so dice, how much does he attack at?
It's 3 plus dice.
So I wouldn't have played my shield anyway. I was waiting to see. So
you have 2 shield. So
I take 1 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have 5 life left on him. Nice. So I get the token, so marksman could have went, but I have the token, so the zombies get to go.
Okay.
And the zombies, if the attacker resolves a 0 or a +1, I get a +1 shield.
Cool.
So I could have went at the champion hoping for a +1 because you can't retaliate, but now I'm just going to move my zombie up.
All right.
So the initiative token will go to you, and the marksman's left for the last one in the round. So the marksman's going to shoot at the wraith. You lost your double tap ability because it's on few now.
Right.
Okay. No cards. I still have my shield. My wraith. Remove up to... Ooh, I want damage to go through because then I could make you discard a card maybe if I activate it. Okay, so I'm not going to play the instant +1 shield, but depending on the dice roll, I might use the other version of the shield.
All right. So it's
2 plus dice.
Yes.
Yeah, see? So use this after the attack dice roll. Ignore the attack dice and additional effects it's triggered. So I'll use it now. So I'm going to ignore that +1 and anything else it triggered was it.
Okay.
So if you had abilities that went off a +1 die or something, kind of like the Dread Knight and stuff,
right,
it would have canceled that too. But you basically rolled a 0, so I take 2 damage. The Wraith has no shield. So I take 2 damage on the Wraith. And that's it for the round. So all the wounds stay. They don't go back or anything. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the combat round, you get 1 expertise back if you used it. You don't get to refill. You only get 1 back. So I'm going to be at 2 and you're going to be at 2?
Yes. And
we draw 2 new cards. And then the new round starts. So we'll do that. So that's what's in my hand.
And that's what's in my hand.
So I have the initiative token, but you are the fastest at 18, so your Archangel gets to go.
Right.
So your Archangel's coming to pick on my weak guys?
Yeah, he's going to attack the Wraith.
Okay. Do you have any cards to play?
Nope.
Okay. And I do have a shield to play, but I think it's just you're going to rip through it. So, because I can get +2 defense, that means I'd get... How much damage does he do?
7 plus dice.
So I get 5. plus your dice is 6. I'm still not going to... I wanted to keep them in pact. There's no way I can keep them in pact even if I use a shield. So,
right.
Yeah, you're going to kick his ass now.
All right, so 7 plus dice.
Yep.
Ooh, still 7.
Okay, so I already have 2 damage on me. So 3 would go and then switch him over to few. He has 3 left. Oh, and that side he could have healed the wound when he activates too.
Right.
But not enough to block it all, and you kill the Wraith. So he's off the board. So my Ghost Dragon was pissed off you killed his friend. So I'm going to fly over there and attack your Archangel.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So when he activates, what's his ability?
Discard the enemy's positive morale tokens.
You don't have one?
Nope.
Okay. And then what's the other ability for attacking?
Add +1 to your attack die result.
And that's the axe effect, right?
Yes.
So that's when he attacks. So even if I roll, it's anything, he always gets +1?
Right.
Awesome. And his movement is 14, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I can get there. Okay, now that I'm over there, I'm going to play a bunch of spells.
All
well,
right.
not a bunch of spells, a bunch of triggers for it. So I'm going to play Prayer. So I'm going to pick Attack. I didn't know you could pick Initiative, so that's good too. Or Movement this.
Very cool.
I'm going to use Expertise, one of them for Watermatic, so I get +3 power. So now I'm at +2 attack.
Okay.
I'm also going to use Sorcery and use the Expertise to get another 2 power, which pushes me at 5, so I'll get +3 to my attack.
Okay.
I drew a card from that, and I got Magic Arrow.
All right.
Too bad I didn't get Knowledge. I could cast another spell.
Crazy.
But my Water Magic is discarded now. I'm also going to play my Dragon Scale Shield and get +2 to my attack.
All right.
So, how much... What's his attack at? 7?
Yes, and then the +1 for his card.
Okay. For his ability,
Yeah,
right?
his ability.
Okay, so I'm at 7, +3 is 10, +2 is 12. So 12 damage
Plus dice.
plus dice. And then I get +1 to that, so 13 damage. Do you have anything to play?
No.
Okay. So what shield does he have?
He has a 3 shield.
And I did how much damage?
13.
So I do 10 damage to him.
So that certainly knocks him out of pack.
So he was, how much hit points did he have?
He has 10.
Okay, and he had 2 on him?
Yes.
So that 2 would just switch over to the other side.
Yes.
That's straight. So that, he does have, do you want to read the ability again? Because this came up when I did the little test for it.
Once per combat, cancel an attack that would reduce another unit's life to 0.
Okay, because that happened to me when I first tried it. I threw my Archangel in and he got attacked. Because it says another, I don't think you can trigger it on yourself.
That makes sense.
That's why I wanted to get him off. I wanted to get him off of pack, so then you can't use that ability.
Right. Okay.
But you do get to retaliate against me now.
I do.
So how much damage do you do?
So 6 plus dice.
Okay, and all those cards, I'll put them in the discard afterwards.
So 5.
And then how much shield does a Ghost Dragon have?
3.
3, so I take 2 damage. So that was a big hit for the dragon, but now I'm out of cards. I do have Magic Arrow, but I can't cast another spell this turn.
Right.
And I have no expertise.
Right.
And the initiative token would go to...
You.
Okay. The next initiative is 9.
And it's...
The Champion and Dread Knights.
And the vampire.
And the Vampire. So I can pick. Dread Knights, I was thinking about going over to attack your Zealot, but I'm going to attack your Crusader.
All right.
So I have no cards to play. Do you have anything to play defense-wise?
No.
Okay. So 6 plus dice. What's his ability?
If you resolve a 0 or a +1 on the attack die, increase this unit's total attack value by another +1.
So I do 7 damage.
Yes.
You block 2 of it.
Yes.
So you take 5 damage. So...
And he's already got 3 on him.
So 1 would push him off of...
Pack.
Okay. And how much damage did we say?
It was 5.
5 went through?
Yes.
So 4 more. But he blocks 2, so he has 2 hit points left. So he has 2 damage on him. Okay. Now you get to retaliate.
All right.
So 3 plus dice.
So 4.
Nice. I block...
2.
Okay, so I take 2 damage. And how much hit points did those knights have? 7?
The Dread Knights, yes.
Okay. Initiative token will now go over to you. So you ran away from the vampire to attack my lich?
I did.
Okay. And because you charged and you started from... Is that still on that side, right?
Yes. If this unit's movement ends in a space other than where it started, you may re-roll an attack die.
Oh, you get to re-roll it?
Yes.
Nice.
So it's 6 plus dice.
Okay, I have no cards. Do you have any cards?
Nope.
Okay.
So 7.
Okay, Lich has 1 defense. So 6. You killed it.
Awesome.
Nice. So I got the initiative token, and vampires are 9, so they're going to go. So I flew my vampire over by your Archangel,
Ooh.
and I'm going to try to attack it.
All right.
I don't have any more cards to help, but it's 5 plus dice. You have free shield,
Yes.
so you take 2 damage. And you can't retaliate. You already retaliated, but I ignore the retaliation, and I would have healed 2 if I had any wounds. Okay, so he has 4. He has 4 life left.
Yes.
I'll take that guy down. So the initiative token will go to you.
So I'm going to take a shot at the Dread Knight with the Zealot. And because he's not more than 8 away,
You don't
I
get
don't
a
get combat penalty.
Nice.
So it is 4 plus dice.
And I have how much shield?
2.
So I take 2 more damage. 1 more, and then he'd be off of Pact.
Yep.
Can't retaliate to a ranged attack. So,
Zealot's gone.
yep. Initiative token will go to me. I only got my zombies left, so it's over to Crusaders now. So you moved your Crusader away to attack the zombie?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's 3 plus dice.
Okay. 0,
So
or you
3.
don't get to reroll anything? Okay. You rolled a 0, so I get +1 on my defense because of the zombie. So he has 2, so I take 1 damage.
All right.
And I'm going to hit you back. So I hit you back for 2 plus dice. You have 2 shield. Doesn't do anything.
Awesome.
Okay. Initiative token will go to you, and you're...
Halberdiers would go.
Okay. So you're going to try to get me off of Pact on the Dread Knight?
Hopefully.
Okay. So 3 plus dice.
Yes.
Nice.
4.
I have how much shield?
2.
So I take 2 damage. So 1 would get him off of Pact, and 1 more would go on his few side. Nice. So I'm going to hit you back, and now that I'm in Pact, I have a different ability. What's it do now?
Yeah, when retaliating after this attack, the enemy rolls 2 attack dice and resolves the lower result.
Okay, so I'm retaliating to you, but when I attack you and you retaliate, I give you disadvantage. Nice.
Right.
Okay, so I do 5 plus dice. 6.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, I think I kill him. You get 5 damage.
Yeah. So he already had 1 on him, so there was...
It's 4 now.
And then 2 from that side. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's dead.
It's a good try, though.
Yeah, you got him into Pact. You got him into few, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the same initiative, but I have the token, so my zombies are going to go. So my zombies are going to attack your Crusaders. 2 plus dice. 1. You block it.
Yeah.
And you already retaliated, so you can't retaliate again.
Nope.
So it's over to the marksman, and you get the initiative. So you said your marksman's going to shoot at the zombie?
Yes.
It is. Is it 8 away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's exact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, I'm in range of 8.
All right.
So no disadvantage.
-1 anyway. So
It's only a 0 or plus. What's his ability? 0 or +1. So, nope. So I have 1 shield. So I block 1. How much damage do you do?
2.
Okay, so no damage goes through.
Right.
And that's the end of the round. So we would get 1 expertise back if we used it. So you're at full now?
Yep.
And I get 1 more expertise back. So I have 1, and we'll draw 2 cards. So that's what I got.
And that's what I got.
So I would have the initiative token, so it would go over to you with the Archangel. So I have the initiative tracker, and now that your Archangel's down to few side, my Ghost Dragon actually gets to go first.
Yes.
So I am going to activate my Ghost Dragon.
But before you do that, the Archangel has a thing that says when combat begins, draw 1 card. That's
so we'll play this because, yeah, we'll do it that way. So yeah, you can draw a card.
Okay. And I drew Knowledge.
So before I do anything, I'm going to play Earth Magic, so it can stay in play.
All right.
I'm going to cast Magic Arrow, so then I'm already at 1 power. And I'm going to play my power card, and then I'm at 2 power to do free damage.
All right.
And I'm going to do free damage to... Your Archangel has 4 life left.
Yes.
I'm going to do it to your Archangel, so he has 1 life left.
Okay.
Because he has no defense against magic or anything.
Nope.
Okay. So now my Ghost Dragon is going to attack the Archangel.
All right.
So it's 7 dice. You would lose your morale token when it activates. You don't have one.
Nope.
And I get +1 to my dice roll. So how much is the attack?
7 plus dice.
Okay. So 6, but I get +1, so back to 7.
Right.
You block 3 of it.
And that takes him out.
How much damage do I do?
Because if he blocks 3 of it, you do 4.
And he only has 1 life?
Yes.
Okay, so took out your Archangel. So you get the initiative token, and my Vampire and your Champion are the same initiative, but you have the token, so you get to go.
So I'm going to cast Magic Arrow, and because I have Air Magic out, it automatically gives the power up to 1. I'm going to use my power card to get it to power up to 2, and then I'm going to cast Knowledge, and I'm going to use an Expertise, so I get the card back, and I can use another spell.
This combat round?
Yes.
So you're going to hit the Dread Knight for free damage?
Yes.
Okay.
So we did damage to the Dread Knight, and now it's the Champion's turn. So the Champion is going to move up and attack... What's moving up? Move across the board and attack the Vampire. So it's 6 plus dice. And because my movement ended on a space other than where I started, I can re-roll the attack dice. And I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay. Same thing. So how much damage do you do?
6. Sorry, -1. 5.
-1 for my defense, so 4. So I take 4 damage. And you took the Vampire from pack to few. That was good.
Yeah.
But now I retaliate for 4 damage. 0, and you have 2 defense.
Yep.
So I do 2 damage. Because of your card you have on there, you have 3 more damage before I have to switch it over to few?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll get the initiative token. Next initiative. Oh, the Vampire is now at 6, so now it's the Dread Knight that's going to go instead of the Vampire. So it could have been the Zealot, but I have the token, so the Dread Knight's going to go first. So I moved up to attack the Champion. And it's 5 plus dice. 0, and oh, I don't have my bonus. I get to re-roll anything. That's only when you retaliate. So 5, how much do you block?
I block 2.
So you take 3 damage. So that switches you off of your pack to few now. So now you get to retaliate, but because of my ability, you have to roll 2 dice. Basically combat penalty.
Right.
And pick the lowest.
2 dice.
-1. I block. So you do 5 damage. -1 is 4. I block 2, so I take 2 damage. Initiative's over to you, so the Zealots are going to go.
Before I do that, I'm going to play the Crusaders card.
Okay.
So for this combat, your selected unit's initiative is increased by 1, and the effect doubles for a Crusaders unit. So it's going to put the Crusaders up to 7.
Okay, so it's going to go past the Vampires. Nice.
I'm also going to cast Magic Arrow, and because of air magic, it does 2 damage, and I'm going to cast it at the Dread Knight.
Because it gives 1 more power?
Yes.
So that goes excess damage to kill him?
Yes.
Because he's on few side. Yeah, so Dread Knight's dead.
So the Zealot's going to shoot at the Vampire. I'm only 6 away, so he doesn't take a combat penalty.
Nice.
It's 4 plus dice.
Okay.
So 5.
Nice. I have 1 shield, so I block it to get 4 damage, and I have no cards for it. Kills the Vampire.
Cool.
Nice. So you lost your Archangel, but you're coming back. You're killing all my other guys.
Yeah.
So the Vampire's off the board now, too. So tracker goes back to me, but it's a Crusader. You have high initiative now too.
Yeah.
So what's he going to do?
He's going to attack that zombie.
Okay. So 3 plus dice.
Yes.
Do you have any cards to play?
No.
Okay.
So -1, so 2.
Oh, did you get... No, let's... So it
It's
does
still
1
bad.
damage goes through.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to retaliate because I'm not dead. So 2 damage plus dice. 3 damage. You block 2, so you take 1 damage. And he's still staying in there too.
Yep.
He has 1 hit point left. So tracker goes over to you, but it's... Oh, they're the same, right? So the marksman actually gets to go because the tracker's going to go back to you. My zombie's at 4, you're at 4, so the marksman gets to go.
Right. So I'm going to shoot at the zombie.
How far is it?
It's...
8, so you're good.
Okay.
No penalty.
So 2 plus dice.
Plus
3.
1. I get a +1 to my defense because of his ability still. So you do 2 damage.
So...
Oh, no, you do 3 damage to me.
Yeah.
And I block 2. So 1 damage goes through. So you do switch it over to few.
Nice.
So that zombie's going to try to take out that Crusader.
All right.
It does 2 damage plus dice. Come on. Oh, 3 damage. You block 2. So 1 damage goes through. And I take it out.
Yeah.
There we go. Zombie ate the Crusader. So we're on to the next round. We got our expertise back. You have 3 expertise. I have 2. I got those 2 cards.
And I got those 2. I still have 1 left over from the last round I haven't used yet.
So I'm going to activate the Ghost Dragon. So you said you had a card to play?
Yes. I'm going to do the ore instant at the bottom. I'm going to remove this card, then search the artifact deck for 1.
Okay. So there would have been, the artifact is the top one there. We didn't, some of them, or you can search 1 because that would have been the discarded one. So you can either pick the one on the top or search 1. So you got...
The Orb of Inhibition.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to activate the Ghost Dragon. I'm going to move up towards the champion.
All right.
And I'm going to play Knowledge and Slayer. And I'm going to use my expertise so I can get the spell back and cast another spell this turn.
All right.
So when attacking a gold unit, which is the champion,
It is.
roll an attack die and apply all the results except for -1. After resolving the attack, draw 1 card. So that is a fire spell. I don't have any in-play effects, so it's only twice. So it's at 0 power. So I'll do the attack, and then I roll another die and add the results to it.
Okay.
So the attack does 7 plus dice. So 6 plus dice, and now I roll another dice for the Slayer. Oh, effect -1, so that doesn't affect it really.
All right.
Okay, so that doesn't help, but yeah, if I would have got the +1, that would have helped too.
Yeah.
So I do, oh, and I always add +1 because of my attack, add +1 to your dice results. So I do, okay, dice roll. So I did 6 damage, but I get +1, so I do 7 damage again because of the card.
Right.
And you block 2.
Yeah.
So you take 5 damage. And the spell didn't have any effect, but it comes back to my hand because of knowledge doing expert. And I can cast another spell this turn.
All right.
You get to retaliate, so you do 5 damage plus dice. Are you going to use any cards?
No.
So it's 5 plus dice.
So 4.
I block
3.
So I take 1 damage. The initiative tracker, and it's so you can either pick your zealots or your champion. So it's your turn, and you have the initiative marker, so you can pick if you want your champions or your zealots to go.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to put the, well, I don't think. I'm going to put the zealots first.
Okay.
And I'm going to play an attack card, and I'm going to use one of my expertise to do +2 attack.
So you do 6 damage already.
And then plus dice.
Nice.
So
I block, he has a free shield, right?
yes.
So I take 3 damage. So tracker goes to me, but I have no one at the next initiative, so champion's going to go.
Yeah.
This is how you could... What does it say? Oh, he does... Does he still have his ability?
No.
Oh, okay. But the other one is it if you're not in your starting location,
yes,
you could have circled around them to the different spot so you could still trigger that ability.
Yeah, but
instead of staying there, you circle around.
And I think that's why it's worded as that you're not in the same space.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So he's going to attack. So 5 plus dice.
Okay.
So 6.
I block free, so free damage to the dragon. He has free 6. You did another one 9. You switched them over to a few now. Nice.
Awesome.
But I am going to retaliate. So now on that side, his ability is discard the enemy's morale token. So I don't get that +1 to my dice now.
Right.
But it's 6 dice, 6 attack plus dice for retaliation. 0, so you take 6 damage.
I block 2.
So you take 4 damage, and that kills him.
Yeah.
He did take him down to few, though, so that was good.
He did.
Nice.
And he killed the Lich. He did good.
Yeah, he did good. You would get the initiative token. Not that it's going to matter now. It's just going to be the zombie.
Yeah, so the marksman's going to shoot at the zombie.
Yeah, you can't get through my free shield even on few, so... Okay.
So 2 plus dice. So 1. And you block it.
Yeah, they're resilient pretty good.
They are.
They kind of suck what's attacking, but they can hold their own.
Absolutely.
So I'll get the initiative tracker back and the zombies are going to go. So now he only moves 3. He's stumbling along trying to get to the Zealot. And that's the end of the round. So we'll get expertise back and 2 cards. So now I got my fire magic, so I can't really do Slayer because I took out your gold, but that's what I got.
And that's what I got. I still have some stuff left from last turn, but that's what I got.
Okay. You have the initiative tracker, but I'm still going first at initiative 9. So I'm going to put out fire magic anyway, even though I can't use Slayer, but I'm going to put out fire magic.
All right.
I can easily kill that marksman, I'm assuming, or I can go after that Zealot. I'm going to try to take out the Zealot because that's that can hurt my ghost dragon.
All right.
So I'm going to fly over there and attack. So I'm going to attack, but you're going to play your expertise and defense. So you have +2. So your defense is free now on him. And I'm going to play the Greater Knowles Flail. And I'm going to play the top part so I get +2 attack, but -1 defense for the combat.
Okay.
So I have 2 defense now. The ghost dragon's going to use the flail. That's okay.
Stick it in his teeth. He's good.
Okay, so 2 plus dice. So that's 8 damage total coming. Plus 9 damage.
Ooh.
You block 2, so that's 8, 7. 6 because of your ability, so you take 6 damage. So 1 carries over to the few side. Oh, then that takes away your so now you're rolling with disadvantage in combat.
Right.
And you got 4 life left. But you still do, oh, now you only do free damage instead of 5. Is that, flip it over to the other side? Do you get +2? Okay, no, it's 4. Okay, I thought it was 5.
Nope.
And that's the, oh, you get to retaliate though.
I do.
Okay.
I'm going to do that.
I have no dice to play. No cards. Do you have any cards?
No.
Oh, because you got blessed, but you only have lanes left too, and you can't use it on them?
Yes.
Okay.
So 3 plus dice.
You need a +1.
Yay.
You got it. So it goes, that's 4 damage. I have a free shield, so 1 damage goes through. So it's the Zealot's turn. What are they going to do? You can't shoot at the because you're locked basically in combat.
Okay.
You can either attack me with disadvantage or move.
I'm going to attack you with disadvantage.
Okay. You can't shoot out of combat in this one.
All right.
I don't know if there's a unit that can do that.
So 3 plus dice. So
-1.
2.
I have shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Block it.
Okay. So I'm going to retaliate then. You
Could be bad.
6. 6 damage. You block 1, so 5 damage, so he's off the board.
He is.
He did good, though. He lost it close there. And now I think it's done, unless we play it out, because the zombie dragon, I think, is going to go over there. And
oh, and he'll just eat him. Like,
yeah, and you can't get through.
He has no defense.
He has no defense, and all he then do is, the best you can do is a +1 dice, and you have no cards to do it.
No.
So you can't even get through his shield. So That was a close game, though. It went back and forth.
It was.
Me having that combo to get that Archangel, I think, swung it. Being able to take him out with 13 damage, that was pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, I was worried that I wasn't necessarily going to be able to hold my own without being the magic one, but I think it did pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah, we could do that again, and deciding which cards we got, it can be completely different too, right?
Absolutely.
Which is cool.
Yeah, and having the different specialty cards with the different commanders is cool.
Yeah, they all specialize in something different.
Yeah.
So I think they are off in the corner there. I can't see them, but I'm working on Tower next too. So maybe in the next, I don't know what we'll do next, because we've done class and now we've done skirmish. I don't know about adventure, or maybe we'll do adventure, or maybe we'll do a one where we work together.
Okay. If there's one that you're interested in seeing, let us know.
Yeah, because there's co-op too, right?
Yeah.
And then there's quest with campaign, so it's a single player. But if we do that, maybe we'll both control the same character and make decisions and do it that way too. So we'll see.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm curious about trying out Fortress too.
Yeah.
With the animals and stuff.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
So, basilisks are neat.
Yep.
So, thanks for coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.